All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our third final of this evening's session. It is the Youth Mixed Pairs Championship. It's England v England. Please welcome first Hannah Meek and Jensen Walker. And their opponents also from England, Thomas Banks and Paige Pauling.
After this short break, we are back with another final here from the WDF World Cup in Esbjerg here in Denmark. This is not a replay. This is 4 players we have seen on the stage before tonight, but it's still a whole different final. Both of the boys and the girls have just about an hour ago won their separate finals in the boys pairs event and the girls pairs event. So they have already won 1 gold medal. Now it's just a question who will win the double. My name is Daniel Tytybel, and by my side I have darting expert Andrew Sinclair. Thank you so much for joining me.
No, as I said, it's a pleasure to be here. Had 2 good finals earlier, and obviously as a proud Englishman, I'm very happy to see 2 pairs in the final at the moment. So yeah, I think this is going to be a really good game. Both of them, I think, between the 2 pairs, they dropped 7 legs in total across the groups and the knockouts. Easily the best 2 pairs in the competition, so this should be a really good game. And obviously all 4 of them have already won 1 gold medal, as you said. So, you know, 2 of them will have 2 gold medals, and the other 2 will have to settle for a gold and a silver.
And I think it's a very good point you're making. These are the best teams in the tournament. And one of the main reasons for this is that if you look at some of the other teams, there's one very good player, and then there's another one who might be good, but not elite level. Like if now I'm the Dane in this commentary box. We had a team going to the semi-finals with Nikolaj Jørgensen and Camilla Madsen, and while Nikolaj Jørgensen is no doubt an elite player, then Camilla is still kind of new in this kind of environment. So there was only one really elite level player in that team, whereas from this final we can expect 4 brilliant players.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously good to see Denmark winning their only medal.
Yeah, thank you.
In the semi-finals. That was nice. But no, these are players that play together, play against each other. The England Grand Prix I was mentioning before in the open category, these guys will have played each other before, and they've played well in that group stage. And this is actually very reminiscent of the last World Cup in Romania back in 2019, because in the mixed pairs in 2019, both finalists were Czech. So the winning pair and the losing pair were both from, I suppose it's Czechia now rather than the Czech Republic. So that was obviously a big moment for Czech darts, and this is now the same for England. And it's a hard one to call, because obviously Thomas and Jensen, we were talking about the averages earlier, top of the tree, and obviously Paige and Hannah top of the tree in the girls ranking. So it's a tough one to call. I think this one might be our first game to go all the way this evening.
Yeah, let's cross our fingers that it will, because this is another match that I have really looked forward to. And this can be done. Now he needs double top for an incredible 160 finish. All right, game on. What a final we have on our hands here.
Yeah, that's certainly a way to make your introduction in a final. Very good darts there, but a competitive opening leg and a competitive start to this one as well. Obviously throw this time with Jensen and Hannah. Yeah, no, it's going to be a good game, and obviously it's a big moment for the England team, because whoever wins, it's going to be 3 golds from the first 3 finals of the tournament, which obviously is that's what every country comes here to do. It's to win those medals, and for someone like England, you come with that expectation to win. So to go 3 on the spin is obviously something that, I know that the England team will be very, very happy about. And obviously, these teenagers are going to be absolutely delighted as well, being able to fly home to England on Sunday with a lot of silverware or gold in their suitcase.
And one thing I have been very impressed by is how, especially the English players throughout the week, has been able to live up to the expectations that we had beforehand. Like, if you look at a lot of the other teams, or just going through the history, then there's a lot of examples of teams that you think can do well because you have seen them do good stuff on the WDF tour, on the development tour, or whatever. But when it really matters, then it just doesn't happen. But these 2 teams, they have been top tier throughout.
Yeah. And I mean, so much of darts is on the day, and it's in the mind. And, you can be a favourite on paper, but, you have to turn up and play on the day. Oh, and another superb finish in Thomas Banks. But no, you have to beat what's in front of you. So sometimes, if you're not at your best, there might be someone who's good enough to beat your B or C game. But these guys have been at their B+ or A game all the way through the tournament. And, yeah, Thomas started in very impressive fashion with 160 and 74 finishes.
And both Hannah and Paige, they are really following Jensen and Thomas here. Very good darts from all 4 players so far. But really an incredible start from Thomas and Paige. He has already taken out 160 and 74. Now let's see here on 90. Bullseye perhaps. So that's not going to happen. But a good setup, and they know that they will come back from here, because even though he is a very good player, he can't take out 168 here.
He can try. Soft tip, you might be able to get away with it, but not here in Volker. But they're back in the leg now. Big visit from Jensen, and Hannah's got 3 darts at tops. 20. Not able to convert. I was once told that no one misses double 5.
I can confirm that that is incorrect. I have missed it on multiple occasions.
Well, luckily for, I was going to say luckily for England, but they're both England. But, for the England pair in the darker shirts, luckily for them, Thomas didn't miss the double 5, because they now lead 3-0. And a big score like that is going to help him extend that lead. He's in full flow at the moment, Thomas Banks, playing very, very well.
One more thing to be impressed by is the throwing action of these 4 players. You can see it's no coincidence that they have made it this far. Very solid throwing styles from all the players. You could say perhaps that Jensen Walker doesn't follow totally through with his throw, but still he makes it work.
First 180 of the match there from Thomas Banks. Yeah, but Jensen's actually on the target development program. So he's someone that Lorraine Winstanley has been involved in kind of recruiting him and then kind of trying to support him with his development. So he's obviously someone that, they see a lot in.
I do as well.
Well, exactly. And he's shown at this World Cup, that he's a very good player, and he's going to be in that boys singles final tomorrow morning. So he'll be hoping that he can kind of really make an impression, because winning the pairs is important, but obviously, most of it, 4 legs from 4 for Thomas Banks to finish. But, it's the singles that people remember. That's the one that you're the most cognizant of, because, outside of, the World Cup in the PDC, most of us, the darts we watch is singles. So if you can win that singles event, that's where you're going to make your mark. And obviously he'll be hoping to do that tomorrow. And I'm sure he'll be hoping that they can stage a comeback here and avoid a whitewash defeat to their teammates, which I'm sure their teammates will be very clear to point out to them that they've done well in this final.
And I guess they are all very happy that this is actually the third final, because just consider the opposite. I mean, if Banks and Pauling, they look to win this match, but if they had just played this one and then would have to play with each other, with each other's opponents in another final, I mean, you have to be really good friends and you have to have a good team spirit to cope with that.
Absolutely, and it would be so tough, because you've got one of you's on a massive high, you've just won a gold medal at the World Cup, and then the other one of you's on a massive low because you've possibly lost 5-0 and not really had much of a look in the final. So that would have been really tough, but yeah, this is their last game of the night, these guys. So I'm sure, whichever way it goes, obviously one team's going to be very happy, but yeah, a really good point you make, that they don't have to then try and pick themselves up and go again.
Now Hannah Meek on 85. Treble 20. Single will leave the bullseye. Here we go. Doesn't happen. So now Thomas Bank, very much the star of this final, puts the first dart into the 7. Yeah, classic.
Commentator's curse.
Very much. Pretty much the only error he has made in this final. Now let's hope that this one goes in, because I want this final to keep going.
A team effort wins it in the end. A very impressive performance there from Thomas and Page to win the mixed pairs final 5-0. But 3 finals so far, 3 gold medals for England and 4 medals in total. They're obviously going to be really happy with that. And it's been a really good standard of darts, particularly in that final from the England team. The one, I thought Thomas was really impressive. There's a couple of big finishes early on. And then Paige more than held up her end of the team.
And also both Jensen and Thomas, they played with an 84 average. I've just looked it up. Obviously Thomas had more darts at doubles, so you have to take that into account. But that's world class. That's so good. And also very, very good darts from both Paige and Hannah. They played a very good final, and it was very enjoyable to watch.
There's the England youth team manager, Dave Dudney, looks very happy with his team, and rightly so. They've done him proud. But no, it's one of those things, mixed pairs, it's really tough because, obviously, generally there is going to be a gap between what the boys are doing and what the girls are doing, but it's harder to get a rhythm, even more than boys or girls pairs, to play with someone of the opposite sex is quite tough in a mixed pairs, but I thought they acquitted themselves really well in all the stage games. I thought they looked really good.
Yeah, I
And
have
a big
been
win there.
very, very impressed with all the players so far on the stage, and especially in this final. I don't think final was necessarily the fair result. I think both, well, all the four players had deserved to make it a bit of a closer game, but that's just how darts is. And now we're gonna have a prize ceremony for the youth mixed pairs, and after that we will have the 4 men's quarterfinals. So hang on, because there's loads of darts to watch still.